The Xur Report is brought to you by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Grab a Snickers. Good morning, folks. This is your good friend the King, aka the Scott, welcoming you to yet another Destiny video. This will hopefully be the Xur Report this week. Unfortunately, Xur is, at the moment, once again missing in action. So I'm looking around the tower here and hoping to find him. If you've been keeping up with Destiny lately, you do know that next week is the April update. So this will be the final visit of Xur before that update. So it will be a little anticlimactic, I suppose. But there he is, right there at the end of the tower, the last place I looked. Alright, so let's see what Xur's got this week. And once again, unfortunately, those hoping and waiting for the Twilight Garrison are going to be really disappointed this week, as he's got one of the other Titan chess pieces. As you can see here, it's the Crest of Alpha Lupi, an all-intellect run here. Supers generate an extra orb, and you can revive and be revived faster. So that's going to change a little bit in a few days in the Taken King April update, where you will not be able to revive quite as fast as you used to be able to. No more running by and reviving. You're going to have to stick to your guns and revive people. But still, it's a decent item to have. For the hunters, we've got Don't Touch Me Gauntlets. Now let's take a look at these sexy things. Ooh. Don't touch me. So these were the piece de resistance for hunters in year 1 for Crota. The perk, Defensive Reflex. Taking damage from a melee attack makes you briefly invisible. Came in very handy on the Abyss. Switchblade, which decreases the melee attack cooldown time. Basically, the same thing that you get on other perks. I forget what they call it on other characters, but here it's Switchblade. You got bonus grade energy on melee hits. You got hand cannon loader or sniper rifle loader. So other than it being discipline and strength, this is a pretty good roll. But still, if you don't have them, pick them up, or just wait until next week. that's going to be a common theme here. Wait until next week. Wait until next week. For Warlocks, we've got the Impossible Machines. He's offered these several times in the 6 months we've had with the Taken King, and no updates. This one's an all-strength roll. It gives you landfall, which gives you basically a mini Fist of Havoc on your Stormcaller. Stormcallers are changing a bit. You're not going to be able to last quite as long with it anymore. So get used to it. We learned a lot this week about changes, and that's one of the changes we're getting. So enjoy it while it lasts. No weapon this week. The exotic engram this week is for body armor. Now, here's an interesting thing. We don't know 100% yet whether or not buying an engram now will allow you to get an item next week. That will be... What we learned about engrams starting next week are that for exotics, for sure, and I'm not 100% sure about legendaries and all that, but when you decode an exotic engram from now on, it is going to decode at a higher level than what you were currently at. Guaranteed. So no more of this, oh, I'm 315, but I'm only getting 310 exotics. That's not going to happen anymore. If you're at 315, you're going to get at least a 315 exotic. And it could go all the way up to 335. So, that's what we have in store for next week. We don't know for sure if you carry engrams over that you'll get that kind of treatment. But, if you got some coins, and you want chess pieces, there are a couple of chess pieces coming back. The Lucky Raspberry for Hunters and the Warlock Purifier Robes are coming back next week. So, you can stockpile them and see what happens. Who knows? It might be a good thing, it might not work. We don't know. Over over here we got the Legacy engram is for gauntlets, and again, gauntlets, there are 3 gauntlets coming back next week. It's Sunbreakers for Warlocks, Kepri Sting for Hunters, and the ACD-0/0 Feedback Fence for Titans. Those are coming back. But if you want to jump the gun a bit here and get the Legacy engram to get those, you can do that. I would say don't bother at this point and just wait until next week. I think the Legacy engram, especially for armor, is a thing of the past, basically. Not something you need to worry too much about unless you are really a stickler and want to have every piece of exotic gear, both year 1 and year 2. Because as of next week, all exotic armor will have a year 2 version. Everything's been carried forward. So this will bring the last remaining pieces. All of them will be available starting next week with the update. So I would say at this point, buying Legacy armor engrams is kind of a waste. That being said, if you really want to jump the gun and make sure you get like Sunbreakers as soon as you possibly can, and you don't have a year 1 version of them in your kiosk, well, there you go. Me, I would say it's an easy pass. So there you go. We've got the plasma drive, we got emerald coil, we got heavy ammo, 3 coins, and glass needles. And of course the mode line exchange. So there we go. And that's a very prophetic statement by our good friend Xur. An end is here. Which is true. This is the end of Xur 4.0. We've had Xur changes multiple times in the Destiny universe. We had Vanilla Xur, or what I call Xur 1.0, and that ended when the Dark Below came out. Dark Below brought Xur 2.0, where he had the exotic upgrade program. That lasted until House of Wolves when we got Xur 3.0. And then when the Taken King came out, we got Xur 4.0. So next week, while it probably won't change all that much, we're going to get Xur 5.0. And hopefully a return to relevancy. Hopefully the items you buy are not going to be stuck at 280, although, like we said, this has not been mentioned yet. We don't know. We don't know if we are going to be stuck on 280 items everywhere. I thought as part of the update we might have a new base level for items, buying them from everywhere, because we're getting a level increase, but they haven't really specified that. So we might be stuck at 280s, or might have 280 items next week, but with the items that are coming back, both the armor and weapons, it does at least make him a valid source. Hopefully he will have at least one of those returning items next week. But all we can do right now is speculate. So, as he said, an end is near, and for this Xur Report, the end has come. I am the King, a.k.a. the Scott, thanking you for joining me this week. We'll see you next week for Xur 5.0. Eat a dick.